teams are fierce rivals.
Oh, yes, they are, B.A. I love playing in these type of games. I mean, the fans are extra loud. The players are fired up. This will be fun.
And here's Memphis' starting group. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Moran and Bain. Jackson out there with Jackson, and it's Edey in at the 5, roaming the paint. Jackson for 3. Can't get it to drop. Harden with it. Jackson in his pocket. Launches it from deep. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
And we know Harden possesses endless range, letting it all hang out right there.
On the wing, Bain. 4-3. Rebounded by Dunn. Now Los Angeles with it. It's a three-point game. Harden, the pass to Leonard. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden.
Everyone knows Harden is a talented passer. He can really rack up those assists.
So interesting, Grant. Younger fans may not realize the Clippers had a lot of rough seasons early on.
Well, you know, B.A., that's one way to put it. You know, in their first 27 years in L.A., they only made the playoffs 4 times. But things have definitely changed. Owners have changed. And now they're postseason regulars in the league.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Edey for 3. And it's Harden who pulls down the rebound.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
They get it back.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good look. Just couldn't find the mark.
Here's Jackson. The Clippers grab the miss. Dunn outside. Puts it up from the high post. And he hits the jumper. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Tyronn Lue gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. They were concerned with Jaren Jackson Jr. on both ends of the floor. Coach saying defensively, Triple J covers so much space, a blocking machine. And on the other side of the ball, Jaren has serious skill for a man of his size. He's a tough game plan for us. Jaren Jackson Jr., a two-way menace. Brian?
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. And so it's Memphis with it, following the score by Los Angeles. Kicks it out to Bain. From outside, off the mark.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Counted from distance.
Talk about a pure jumper. Leonard doesn't need a lot of space to rise up.
Now here's Moran. He's got 5. Pass to Jackson. Pulls up, high post. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls.
I mean, what do you expect when you give him the clear look? That's just too easy.
And it is dangerous to let him get it going this early.
Here's Leonard. 5 points in the game. Zubac inside. And it's slammed in by Zubac.
Incredible work right there on the glass. Just doing all he can to extend that lead.
Hey, once you got him on the ropes, keep swinging away.
Yeah, this is the spot where coaches want you to be relentless. Don't even give them a glimpse of it.
Well, so much can be said about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s versatility, but I'd like to praise his team-first mindset. If the dirty work needs doing, he's got it, as long as it helps his team get the win.
Three-pointer, Harden. They grab their own miss. Outside Jones. 6 to shoot. Three-pointer. Goes up with it again. Outside for Harden. Connects from downtown. Harden's got 8.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
Shot's good by Morant.
And Morant can really fill it up, especially from these in-between areas.
Right side Jones. Plenty of space. Here's Zubac. The rebound by Edey.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
And the shot goes.
Because of his ability to elevate and make adjustments in air, Morant has no trouble scoring inside.
Harden, the pass to Jones. And stolen by Jackson. Here's Morant. Jones grabs the board.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
There's the triple. No luck on that one. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. And they push the tempo. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers guys.
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
Yeah, they gave the other team no time to breathe. Every time they got the ball, they were off to the races. And you see how effective this aggressive mindset can be.
So on the floor for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Payne. Jaren Jackson out there with Gigi Jackson, and it's Edey in at the 5. After 3 straight playoff appearances, the Grizzlies sadly missed the postseason in 2024, Brandon.
You know, really by no fault of their own, B.A. Injuries ruined what fans were hoping would be a big year for them. You know, it just goes to show there's no safe bets in this league.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Grizzlies great Marc Gasol last season retiring from basketball. He embraced the city of Memphis. He said, quote, I think a player has to feel that it's their city and they have to fight for it. You play with a different mindset when you do that. To me, winning was the most important thing.
And they did a lot of winning, Allie. Jackson can't get it to go. The Clippers lead by 7. Outside Jones. Fires from deep. Leonard passes to Harden. The rebound by Jackson. The Grizzlies have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Shoots. And again, Memphis no good. The Clippers have gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. Pass to Jones. Zubac passes to Leonard. Goes back up. And another shot. And the bucket is good. Zubac has got his second basket of the game.
Plays like that make a coach's life easy. Love the work rate he shows on the glass to get the score.
Morant on his way. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Zubac has got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Dunn. Grizzlies with the rebound. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. The 3 from Payne. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes. Morant's got 3 assists now in this one.
The way Morant sets up his teammates is as good as any guard in this league.
Here's Harden. Outside Jones. Leonard with a screen on Jackson. Jones. The rebound by Jackson. Grizzlies trail by 6. We'll coach one of the more electric players in the NBA, Ja Morant.
Yeah, that's for sure, Brian. High-flying, acrobatic at the rim, just a supreme athlete. And he is, without a doubt, one of the most exciting players this league has to offer.
And all around the rim that time before dropping. Harden's got 10 points.
I mean, with the ball in his hands, Harden's as creative as anyone.
Here's the pick. Lets it fly. Shot's good by Morant.
Their guards have carried the offensive load. With the way they perform, they've got the green light to shoot whenever there's an opening.
Pass to Leonard. Launches it. Leonard beyond the line.
And he's a selective three-point shooter. Kawhi only takes them if he feels he has a good look.
Jackson on the wing. Fires for 3. Knocks it down from distance. Jackson's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Leonard outside. Fade away. And there's another one for the Clippers.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Morant's got 4 points this quarter.
And tearing them to shreds tonight. You know, when a player as versatile as Morant starts going off, look out.
Here's Dunn. Three-pointer, no good. Grizzlies trail by 6. Morant with it. He's picked up by Jones. Pulls up on the wing. It's rebounded by Zubac. Zubac has got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. That shot wide open. He's got 13.
Clever move by Harden. He pulls up fast before the defense can react accordingly.
Morant, pass to Jackson. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Up top done. Outside Harden. From behind the arc. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break. Ready for the second half. And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. We are seeing an outstanding game from James Harden.
And the bulk of his production has been generated along the perimeter.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
We've got Nicholas Batum, Patrick Mills out there with Bogdan Bogdanovic. Then there's Amir Coffey, and it's Eubanks in at the 5, down low. That's the group starting the second half for Ty Lue. Recently, player health has been the big talking point around the Memphis Grizzlies stand.
Yeah, B.A., look, and it's really a shame to have such a talented, dynamic team have to deal with all those constant what-ifs and have their seasons so affected by things outside of their control. It's tough.
The 3, and another 3 for Memphis.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
With the step back. Takes the 3. Batum pulls it in. The Clippers lead by 6. Outside Bogdanovic. The Grizzlies pull it in. And up the court come the Grizzlies on the break. And it's good for 2.
An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Bogdanovic from long range. They get it back. Batum outside. There's the 3. Nails it from 3. Batum's got his first 3 points of the game.
This is experience at work. Batum knows he has the shot. No need to think about it at all.
Williams passes to Kennard. Over Bogdanovic. The shot won't fall. The Clippers have got just 2 of 6 in the second half. Outside Mills. Pass to Batum. Lets it fly. Kennard with the rebound.
Great work by the defense. That's the intensity coaches want to see.
Williams passes to Pippen. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. Pippen's got 8. Stan, you started as an assistant in the NBA back in 1995. Now, all of these years later, for a coach, what's been the biggest change, you think?
Well, I think the biggest change, Brian, has been that we don't practice as much. There's much less time spent on the court with your team. It's more done in terms of film and individual work and not 5-on-5 type practice like it was back in 1995.
You mean to say we're talking about practice?
That's exactly right.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Huff can't get it to go.
He had more than enough room to hit that, just couldn't make it happen.
The 3 ball. Batum gets the bucket. And now it's a 10-point Los Angeles lead.
From the arc, Batum can be pretty consistent. Not a guy you can leave alone out there.
And another miss by Memphis. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 7 from deep so far in the third quarter. And, Coach, you look at Vince Williams. That 7-foot wingspan is a difference maker defensively.
It sure is, Brian. He disrupts a lot of offensive action, both on and off the ball, forcing turnovers and blocking shots.
Wells misses. Los Angeles leading by 10. Bogdanovich from long range. Williams grabs the board. Memphis has gone 2 for 5 from 3 since halftime. Pippen knocks down the long J. Pippen's got 11 in the second half.
And another one from distance. He's hot, and they keep feeding him.
Pass to Bogdanovich from the arc. Cleared away by Wells.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense. Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
A good look from Bogdanovich. Gets some space and parries the jumper. And the Clippers lead by 6. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Pippen. No good on the triple. And for the Clippers, they're shooting just about 33% since this second half started. Fires the 3. Memphis with a rebound. Kennard outside. Williams from long range. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And offensively, a great and a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
Well, his height gives him the ability to see the floor, and he makes a quick decision and a great pass.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. They've got Marvin Bagley, Luke Kennard out there with Vince Williams, and it's Wells in at the 4. And here's Harden. He'll bring it up for the LA Clippers. Here's Jones, and he goes in for the dunk.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Buries it from 3.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the 3.
Tries it from the top of the key. Harden can't hit.
Won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
There's a screen. Pippen, no good. Los Angeles leading by 8. And here's Harden. Fades. Kennard with the rebound.
When it goes in, it looks pretty. When it doesn't, you question the shot difficulty.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Harden into the lane, tries the spin move, releases, and the Clippers miss again. Grizzlies trail by 8. Kennard for 3. Here's Bagley. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's going to be on even to Zubac.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. The Clippers have gotten only 2 of 6 attempts to drop in the fourth. Harden from outside. The offensive rebound. Zubac. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Man, the defender really went after him.
And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Los Angeles.
Well, you got to love their aggressiveness on the offensive glass. They have just refused to give up on any of the plays.
They've also been showing a standout play on the fast break, working as a team to create easy opportunities.
The drive by Harden. Leonard outside. The baseline J. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden. And And the Clippers lead by 9.
Yeah, the versatile scoring ability of Kawhi, whether long range, short range, mid range, he can do it all. It seems like every miss ends up in his hands. He's been unreal.
Yeah, he's been a beast on the glass. A monster night for him.
Oh, stolen by Morant. Here's Edie. And the layup is good off the glass.
Yeah, that's what they want to see. He has to start asserting himself. They need him to take command of this game.
To the inside. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in. Jones has got 4 points now in the quarter.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Here's Morant. Rebounded by Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Dunn. Outside for Harden. Oh, stolen by Morant. It's tipped. Here's the break. Morant with the slam!
Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
Outside Harden. On the wing, Jones. Pass to Leonard. Outside Harden. From outside the arc. Memphis with a rebound. Jackson's got 4 rebounds now. Morant with it. Dunn in his pocket. From deep, Payne. Gets the 3 to fall. And now it's just a 4-point Los Angeles lead.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
And you can see Harden is feeling it, which is why he's being so aggressive on offense.
The 3 from Payne. Kawhi Leonard comes up with a rebound.
Well, I've been here before. You're looking to get back in the game, but desperation threes are not the way to do it.
That one falls.
Gotta love how they've just maintained their intensity, even when they're this far up.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
Here's Leonard. No dice from the high post.
At this point, it just feels like it's over.
Oh, a big slam!
Oh my gosh, the athleticism.
Here's Jones, and he drives in. Dunn outside. The Grizzlies pull it in. Jackson left side. Beyond the arc. Doesn't go that time. So it's Los Angeles picking up the win. Boy, they didn't make it easy on their fans or them. Thanks, Alec. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Ali.
on 2K Sports. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point. And for the Clippers, we'll see Powell and Leonard playing the forward spots. Harden out there with Dunn. And it's Zubac in at the center position. Harden's shot is good. Hey, Clark, in tonight's game, what are you watching closely?
Well, the thing that jumps out at me, Kevin, is the guard matchup. I mean, both teams have tremendous backcourts, and I really think whoever is able to win or control that battle is going to win the game.
Now Harden, after Anthony Edwards missed from long range. And another three for the Clippers.
Capable of doing great damage from outside. For Harden, I think it's simply about shooting with confidence.
And the short break in the action gives us a chance now. Oh, is that beautiful?
Oh, doctor. Oh, my goodness. Anthony Edwards throwing it down with force. Get this guy in the dunk contest.
Now here's Gobert. Harden missing his last shot. Pass to Randle. Outside Edwards. The three. It's hauled in by Zubac. LA has gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them, but not last year as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
Nice shot by Gobert.
Catching them by surprise. It's not often Gobert strikes from any kind of range.
Harden looking it over. Zubac the pass to Powell. Shoots it. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Gobert with a wide open look. McDaniels kicks to DiVincenzo. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Gobert. His three-pointers off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Lets it go. Here's Zubac. Gobert with the defensive effort.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Able to connect from the mid-range when given the opportunity. Nice shot that time from Dante DiVincenzo.
To the right side. Fires it up. No good from Zubac.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Gobert. No good. That would have tied it. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. The shot by Powell, no good. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Timberwolves. Trailing by 2. Randall, no good.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Here's Leonard driving the lane. Minnesota with the rebound.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession.
Just another way Randall can beat you. Good hands for the catch and finish at the rim.
Here's Harden following the basket by Julius Randle. Zubac kicks to Leonard. There's the 3. John misses.
You know, he's not a knockdown shooter from there, but when you're that uncovered, you almost are forced to take it.
Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
No excuses, none. I mean, with the defense non-existent, I mean, he has to connect from there.
Gets the three-pointer to fall. Harden's got 9.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's McDaniels. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Three-pointer.
McDaniels with the big answer.
Shoots. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Well, I'm not sure how that one found the bottom of the net, but, hey, you take it when it comes.
Edwards kicks to Randall. Plenty of space. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubac has got 7 rebounds in the game. Zubac a screen on Edwards. A deep three from Leonard. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Clippers lead. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
And you know what? That's what happens when you establish your three-point game early. Puts the defense right up against it.
Down in the block, it'll be Kawhi next to Zubac. Dunn is out there with Harden, and it's Jones in at the small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Ball getting rid of it in a hurry. Nice quick release that time.
Like looking back to last season, the Clippers had one red-hot stretch.
That's right. They went on a 26-5 run between December and February. It finally showed how dangerous that team could be when healthy. And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him. Savvy move to pull up from three-point range on the break there. When you can shoot it like he can, if you got it, take it.
And Jones slams it home.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Bobbed up there for Edwards. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards.
great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
From deep, Harden. That's in, coming off an assist from Jones. Harden's got the lead up to 6 now for Los Angeles. DiVincenzo passes to Randall. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. Randall's got his second basket.
You know, Randall has a nice package. He's got a good touch, good mechanics, and he's a capable mid-range shooter.
Harden kicks to Jones. Harden outside, launches it. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 4. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, Rudy Gobert has tied for the most Defensive Player of the Year awards all time, but he's challenging himself to do more offensively. He said it's all about just being okay with missing or making mistakes, freeing my mind and doing the things that I work on to get out of this shell that I was being put in. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David Aldridge, we thank you for that report.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
Here's Zubac, and he lays it straight in. And now it's an 8-point Los Angeles lead.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Edwards passes to DiVincenzo. Over Harden. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Los Angeles leading by 8. And shot on the way. Dunn misses.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
But, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
People like to debate, and Greg, I don't know if this is you, what's better, Kawhi's defense or his offense?
Well, Kevin, I'll say this. Even if he was a subpar defender, his offense alone would have him among the league's top players. But his defense isn't subpar. At its best, it's elite.
Taking it himself, Randall changes who he is when the jumper goes in.
Zubac with the screen for Dunn. No good with the triple. Timberwolves trail by 8, and they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
I would like to highlight, too, guys, the excellent passing they've done early on. I mean, they've done a really good job putting the ball into the hands of guys ready to shoot it.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. It's Gobert with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Edwards. Anthony Edwards. How do you like that?
On the front foot, attacking the defense. This is Anthony Edwards at his best.
And here's Bogdanovich for 3. Nailed from three-point land. Bogdanovich has got himself on the board with 3 there. DiVincenzo kicks to Gobert. Randall outside. Pass to McDaniels. There's the triple. Gobert the pass to McDaniels with the fadeaway. The shot's good. McDaniels got 8 points.
Gobert can look over the top of just about any defense right there. Delivers a nice pass.
Now Bogdanovich. We've got 13 seconds left here in the second. Here's Batum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. For 3. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Clippers ahead. They lead by 4. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. We've got Naz Reid. Miller is out there with Joe Ingles. And it's Conley, and it's Alexander Walker in at the 2-guard spot. Here's Eubanks. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. And the Clippers lead by 3. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game now.
Here's Alexander Walker. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
You know, they've got to make him earn those threes. You play off of him, and he's automatic from that distance.
A 3 from Bogdanovich. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Bogdanovich has got 6.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom. Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Always going up for the alley-oop here. Rebound, Minnesota.
You know, not sure if he's playing to the crowd, but no need for the fadeaway on that shot.
Clark, if you had one word to describe Mike Conley, what would it be?
Reliable, steadfast, dependable. Now, I know that's 3, but I wanted to give you 3 different words I could use to describe him. Only 2 seasons in his whole career has he not played at least 50 games. That speaks to durability and professionalism.
And Coffey gets it to go.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Conley's shot is off. Clippers have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Bogdanovich. Miller grabs the miss.
Nice effort anyway to change his shot and get around the defender maybe next time.
And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Bogdanovich wide open. Offensive rebound. Pass to Coffey. Bogdanovich with it. And the 3 off target.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. That's the latest, David.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Sweet man Jaden McDaniel said, we don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough. Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. Stolen by Michael Conley. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Clippers in the lead. Batum for 3. The inside shot. And again, the Clippers turn it over. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Reed misses. And so it's Mills who will bring it up for the Clippers. They've led by as much as 10. Trains the three-pointer. Eubanks got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, you know, Mills is one of those energizing players who does a little bit of everything, including finding his open teammates.
Conley kicks to Miller. Can they get it? And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Kevin, you can understand the shot selection. I mean, he wanted to go back at him and just came up short on the triple.
It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Defended by Alexander Walker. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Oh, he is so good from deep. Bogdan is even better shooting out of the corner.
And it's Miller with the jam.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game. Back to Bogdanovich. Shoots over Alexander Walker. Bogdanovich, no luck. Alexander Walker with the ball. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
No doubt about it. Make no mistake. That's a big-time three. They've narrowed this lead. We'll see if they can keep the momentum going.
That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Clippers shooting 39% from the floor at their best. We'll see Powell and Leonard playing the forward spots. Harden out there with Chris Dunn. And it's Zubac in at the center, locking down the middle. That's who's out there for the Clippers. To tie it up. He's off on that one. Now the Clippers with it. A 2-point game. And here's Harden for three. Second shot opportunity. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Why, such a fiery competitor. He won't back down in the face of adversity.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Clippers.
The three-pointers and how well they're able to shoot them. You wonder if they can keep it up, and boy, have they.
And the defense has been disrupted, forcing turnovers, challenging shots. The turnovers they've been able to... Well, I tell you what, once Edwards accelerates, I mean, he looks like he's playing at a different speed than those around him.
Harden outside, pulls from the top of the key. Minnesota with the rebound. Pulls up on the wing, and there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Nice mid-range J from Edwards there. He's obviously not too concerned about what the analytics say about that shot.
Powell with a screen on Randall. Nobody near Leonard. The Clippers rebound. Powell dishes to Dunn. A three from Leonard. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Leonard's got 6 in the quarter.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Lobbed up there from Edwards up high.
Explosive play in the air by Edwards. Perfectly timed, too, for the alley-oop slam.
Dunn left side. Pass to Harden. Zubac with the screen for Harden. Perfect on the shot. Swishes it through. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Here's Edwards. Edwards with another miss.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
It's Harden with the drive. Dunn outside. Lots of room. Another one falls for the Clippers. Here's DiVincenzo. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Over to the left wing. There's McDaniels. That three off the mark. Clippers leading by 6. And here is Dunn. That's a 2 from Powell. They get it back. Kicks it out to Harden. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. A 3 from Leonard. Harden the pass to Zubac. It's stolen by Gobert. McDaniels gets a wide open look. Good on the triple.
Shade McDaniels, what a moment. Huge bucket there.
Harden outside. Fires the 3. Drills it from outside.
And that three was big. I mean, it cancels out the triple at the other end, and that appeared to really tighten this game up.
You can sense that the crowd, guys, is starting to feel as though this game just might be theirs.
Here's Dunn. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Edwards, and the rejection by Zubac. Now the Clippers moving it up. And here's Leonard from 3. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 3 assists in the game. No one near Randall as he lets it go. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Beyond the arc. Edwards passes to DiVincenzo. Here's McDaniels. A three-pointer off the mark. This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag.
A second chance effort. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. And the Clippers lead by 8. Shoots the 3. Good! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Coming up big in the clutch. McDaniels with the highlight reel hoop.
And so Harden will bring it up for the Clippers. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Powell. Pulls up from the corner. And it's McDaniels with the rebound. And here's the fast break. Randall leading it all the way. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. The three-pointer no good. And stolen by DiVincenzo. Randall from outside. Can't get it to fall. So the Clippers with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah.
All right, DA, thanks again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
exciting talent on the floor.
Oh, my, man. I am most definitely up for this one. With the athleticism on both sides, there's going to be no shortage of highlights.
Looking at the starting five for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Ebb is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for the Timberwolves. And Edwards slams it in.
Boy, defense has no answer for Anthony Edwards' athleticism. What a dunk.
Here's Edey. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Yeah, the Grizzlies head coach and I were able to chat. I asked him how Rudy Gobert alters their usual game plan. Coach acknowledged that he's a factor and said Rudy definitely demands more from us offensively. We have to be careful where we put our shooters with him waiting for swats. Coach thinks intelligent offense is what it takes to beat Gobert. Back to you.
Allie, thank you.
Yeah, a shot that Randle has added to his repertoire. Shooting the 3 with confidence now.
DiVincenzo against Moran. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert.
And unlike some other guys, missing a wide open look won't hurt his confidence at all.
And one thing that Moran has always been a lead at, finding a seam in a defense and getting to the rim, Grant.
Yeah, any crack allows him to get inside. And as good as anyone at splitting a double, which he sees a lot of. So once inside, he can finish with authority or kick it out to a shooter.
And about 2 minutes into the first quarter here.
Grizzlies foul. Edey. First personal foul. First team foul.
Outside McDaniels. The 3. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Knocks down the triple.
And that's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Pass to Gobert. To the wing on the left. For 3, Randle. The rebound by Edey.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
And you have to admire the size and strength of Jackson Jr. Just fantastic work establishing himself inside and slamming it down.
McDaniels from long range. Fires the 3. Drains the triple. McDaniels got 6.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Outside Morant. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got his 4th rebound in this one. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. And he's going for the lob. The ball's knocked loose. And now the Grizzlies on the run. Morant with the slam!
Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Here's Jackson, and it's Memphis with another.
That jumper is pure. Jackson with great touch for a big man. Set him up, let him knock him down.
McDaniels from long range. Offensive rebound, outside for Randle. Pass to McDaniels. Lets it go from deep. Memphis with a rebound. A chance at a 2-for-1.
You have to find ways to use the clock to your advantage.
Offensive board. Here's Edey. Here's Wells. And out of bounds. Minnesota will have it.
Minnesota's ball.
Minnesota leading by 7. Oh, they get a hand on it. And stolen by Morant. And now the Grizzlies on the run. 2-second difference between shot and game clock. And he can't jam it through. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Edwards. Oh, he misses the dunk.
Trying to show off for the fans and give them their money's worth, just couldn't finish.
And the basket by Bane.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
With 1 on the clock. And that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. Well, we've seen some great shots in the first. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Timberwolves.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
And the other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
Manning the backcourt, we'll see Moran and Bane. Jackson out there with Edie, and it's Wells in at the 3. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Outside Edwards. The 3 is up. Edwards making it look so easy from deep.
Well, the work that Anthony Edwards is putting in as a shooter is there. That range shot so important. Nice three-point look right there.
Bane, no good.
Well, he's got to be embarrassed for attempting that one. You got to think twice about that next time.
There aren't many more dominant defenders in the NBA than Gobert.
Well, that's definitely fair to say, B.A., because his defense has an outsized influence on a game. The inside presence changes an opponent's game plan.
And he gets that one.
Morant not afraid to get in there and play big, showing his toughness in close.
DiVincenzo, pass to Randall. McDaniels with it. All sorts of time. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. McDaniels got 8. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Here's Morant. Look at Morant working the paint. Nice.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
The Timberwolves lead by 6. Outside, DiVincenzo. Pass to Randall.
Memphis foul. Wells. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's McDaniels. Give him 8. No good from outside. Here's Wells. Driving inside. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Not just an aggressive scorer, Morant is also a fantastic distributor.
Outside McDaniels. The 3 is up. Sends it home from three-point land. He's got 11.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Three-pointer. Offensive rebound, Timberwolves. Back to Randall. Pass to McDaniels. Now here's Gobert. Tries again. And it's Bane with the rebound. Moran against Edwards. Jackson on the wing. All alone. It's rebounded by Minnesota. They've led by as many as 11. Outside Edwards. Outside DiVincenzo. Edwards against Bane. Edwards, a pass to Randall. 6 on the shot clock. Counted from distance. Randall's got 6. All right, Doris, you think this heliocentric style of play can lead to championship success?
Brian, this is such a big-time question, and I think a difficult one to answer. By heliocentric, we mean that the best player on your team is making up a greater percentage of the usage, meaning the ball is in their hands more. What that has led to are some of the most efficient offenses in the history of the game. But does it lead to championships? That is the answer to the question we all seek.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, the Timberwolves, no doubt, a team to be reckoned with. Coach Chris Finch said, we come in every single night and compete. No matter what the circumstances are, we expect to win. We root for each other, so I feel like we have all the makings of a tough team.
And they have reason to be confident, Allie. Thank you.
Yeah, Morant showing a bit of confidence knocking down that three.
And it's Ja Morant with the foul. That's his first foul. There's 57 seconds left in the second quarter. Randall finds Edwards. Fades back. Shot's no good. Made 4, he's missed 4 now. Morant surveying the floor. Here's Edie. Here's the 3. They get it again. Jackson outside. From downtown. Back to Payne. Jack's up at 3. Bearing his second of 3 attempts. 23 seconds left in the half. Outside Edwards. On the take, Edwards. The Grizzlies pull it in. Edie's got rebound number 7 tonight. Here's Wells. Offline with a 3.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
Right, he stays connected and great timing on the contest.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Their work from distance has been impressive, and it's put them in this lead right now. Back after this.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums, please. They're measuring up the shot.
And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. And you know, Anthony Edwards has been really making it happen, guys.
Yeah, he's kind of been the floor general for them tonight. A lot of assists for him.
I don't know that you necessarily think of him as someone who's going to create for others, but boy, all night he's been willing to make the extra pass.
On the court for the Timberwolves. Naz Reid out there with Miller. Then it's Joe Ingles. Then there's Mike Conley. And it's Alexander Walker in at the 2. Ingles from outside. Memphis with a rebound. Outside, Williams. Pass to Pippen. Aldama outside. Here's Pippen, covered by Alexander Walker. And the foul called on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's his first foul of the game. Here's Pippen. Up again. It's good on the putback.
Huge putback. This guy plays with so much energy.
I don't know anybody that goes after the boards harder. Pulls it from the corner. Ingles, good. And the Timberwolves lead by 7.
I tell you, Ingles superb at cashing in, so accurate as a jump shooter.
Pass to Aldama. From deep three-point land. Reid with the rebound.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot. But better luck next time, maybe.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Huff. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Conley. Just over 1.5 minutes have passed in the third quarter. He drops it from range.
Well, guys who are known as shooters are always ready on the catch. Luke Kennard, rise and fire.
From deep, Conley buries it from 3.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Tough, good. And here is Ingles. Outside Conley. The kick out to Ingles. From deep. That one's good. And it's Conley who picks up the assist. Ingles has got 7.
So you've got to chase Joe Ingles off that three-point line because he is lethal.
Pass to Pippen. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
On the wing, Ingles. Williams grabs the board. Grizzlies trail by 10. Kennard for 3. Reed with the rebound.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
For 3. The Grizzlies pull it in. Here's Aldama. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Oh, he really fought for that one. Battling through contact to complete the play.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Ingles against Williams. Ingles, good. Ingles got 9 points now in the quarter.
I'll tell you, you have to have some measure of composure close to the bucket. Mr. Ingles doing work.
Kennard with it. Now Alexander Walker defending. Kicks it out to Kennard. Aldama left side. Shot clock at 6. Here's the 3. Kennard can't get it to go. And it's Conley with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Hits the trifecta. And it's a 12-point Timberwolves lead.
Well, he is just so good at getting to his spots. Joe Ingles is cooking right now.
Here's Aldama. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Aldama's got 8.
Well, for a big man, his stroke is just beautiful. And because of the height, it's so hard to challenge.
Williams against Ingles. Shot on the wing. Kennard with the rebound.
You'd like to see more effective ball movement there.
Well, there's no doubt there were better options on the floor, but it certainly seemed like he had his mind made up.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. On the wing, Ingles. 12 points for him. Back to Reed. On the wing, Ingles. This one for 3. Memphis with a rebound. Aldama outside. Williams on the wing. From downtown. He can't get that one to fall. Ooh, costly foul there. That'll send him to the line for 3 free throws.
You know, not the smartest play a defender can make there.
These are his first free throws of the game. That one falls for Reed. Some changes for Memphis.
Taking 3 shots.
He's off on the second. And he nails the third. Out of bounds. It'll be Timberwolves ball.
Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Miller.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. It's Minnesota. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bain. Marvin Bagley is out there with Jackson, and it's Wells in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies.
Anthony Edwards plays with joy, and you love to see him get his teammates involved. Pretty pass.
Chalk up 2 there.
He is too good a mid-range shooter to leave him that open.
McDaniels from long range, and it's Bagley with the rebound. Grizzlies trail by 11. Outside Bain. Fires from deep. Randall pulls down the board. Randall's got 4 rebounds now. Right side McDaniels. Nails it from 3. McDaniels got 5 points now this quarter.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Well, you know this. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Ingles is checked in. Edwards finds DiVincenzo. Ingles against Jackson. Ingles passes to DiVincenzo. Now Gobert. And the foul on Marvin Bagley. That's foul number 2 for him. Memphis making a switch here. Kennard's checked in.
Coming onto the floor for your Grizzlies.
And Minnesota with possession here. 14 points, their largest margin of the game. Edwards fires from way outside. Kennard with the rebound. Memphis shooting around 39%. They'd like to get that higher. Bagley for 3. And again, it's Memphis missing. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field in this final quarter. Left side, McDaniels. And it's Ja Morant with the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game. Edey's checked in for Bagley.
Now into the lineup for your Grizzlies.
Here's Gobert. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. Memphis has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. From deep, Payne. He buries it from 3.
We call that solid fundamentals. Luke Kennard finding his teammate on time and on target.
DiVincenzo, pass to Ingles. The 3. And he's now 6 for 11 after that one.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Ooh, Morant battling inside.
And tearing them to shreds tonight. You know, when a player as versatile as Morant starts going off, look out.
Outside, Ingles. The rebound by Edey. Edey's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Kennard for 3. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Here's Ingles. Memphis with a rebound. Morant finds Payne. There's the 3. Pure from three-point range.
And what an impact he's making from beyond the arc. A big three-pointer to narrow this lead.
That's where the bulk of his offense has come from, and they're going to need a few more of them before this one's over.
Gobert passes to McDaniels. Here's Ingles. Pulls up on the wing. Memphis with a rebound. Edey's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Back to Jackson. Uneasy, too, on the layup.
Yeah, good touch from Jackson Jr. Ready to score inside when given these opportunities.
Here's Ingles. And he drains it, making him 7 for 15 for the day.
Well, they're trying to establish their attack down in the paint, and make no mistake, these help their overall confidence.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. That's on Joe Ingles.
Man, great poise there from Jackson. He's getting crowded by the defender, but stays cool and takes the foul.
The Timberwolves lead by 7. Here's Ingles. Yep, that one's good. Ingles has got 19 points. Here's Morant. 1:07 left in the fourth quarter. And then Morant with the dunk.
The quick feed of Morant. He's so dangerous when he's cutting to the rim.
Minnesota's got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the fourth. It's Ingles with the drive, and stolen by Jackson. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. There's 53 seconds left to play in the fourth. And here's Morant outside. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Outside, Ingles. Outside, Edwards. Three-pointer. Memphis with a rebound.
You know, I think it's desperation time for them.
I'll tell you, you need absolute perfection on every possession. That's what it's going to take here.
They get the rebound. Kennard outside. Fades and shoots. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. And here's Gobert. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. They've led by as many as 14. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow.
I mean, if I was out there, I'd probably test anyone for Jackson Jr.
Now here's Ingles. Launches it from deep. So we see the Timberwolves get the win here.
That's the end of the game.
This was a hard-fought, well-earned.
Break. This might seem like a potential blowout, but anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see upsets happen all the time. It's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
And the Clippers starting five. Down in the block, it'll be Kawhi next to Zubac. Harden out there with Dunn, and it's Jones in at the free throw.
Look, everyone wants to be part of a highlight play, but when you miss on completing it, it's pretty embarrassing, just like we saw there.
And it's Leonard missing.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Jackson has the open look. Hits the three-point bomb. Jackson's got the opening field goal of the game for the Grizzlies. Harden the pass to Jones. Lets it go from the wing. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
If there's an open man, you can make sure that James Harden will find it.
It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players used in a season.
Kevin, this isn't football, right? They had 33 different guys suited up last season. That tells you how difficult it was. Constant change, hard to build chemistry. And let's face it, hard to win games.
Harden has a wide open look. Bangs home the trifecta.
The instincts tonight for Harden, razor sharp. He just knows when to pop up.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. I was able to talk with the head coach of the Grizzlies for just a minute. Our coach told me the key is to stay disciplined on defense, especially when guarding James Harden. He said James is special offensively. He's a master at manipulating defenses and drawing fouls. So, of course, they don't want to give him easy points at the foul line. Guys?
Thank you, David. Now here's Morant. And again, Memphis no good. Harden scanning the floor. Over Jackson. And the basket by Harden. Harden's got 5 now.
Well, a master from the mid-range. Harden's so good at finding available space from that distance.
Jackson a screen on Harden. Morant with a wide open look. No good from outside. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. And here's Leonard from 3. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
This team relies on that shot from Kawhi.
Morant against Harden. Will it go? And it's Morant missing.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. He's got 7.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
And Zubac has proven that, Brett, there's still a place in the league for old school center.
Well, I think he plays, Kevin, with a combination of talent around him that allows him to situate himself right where he needs to be. Impactful around the basket, a huge rebounding presence, a guy that brings some physicality, and he's been in a perfect slot to show why it is he's such a valuable NBA player.
Now here's Leonard. Following the miss by Ja Morant. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And the 3 ball is good.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Dunn. Still without a basket.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now it's a shootout.
Here's Morant. 7-point differential. Gets it to fall. The bucket from Bane.
Well, Morant's acrobatics often get the attention, but his passing is also elite.
From deep Harden. Edie with the rebound.
he's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Morant kicks to Bain. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
And it's Jones finishing it off.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. And so it's Los Angeles with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that going in there and collecting some boards.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, down in the block, it'll be Kawhi next to Zubac. Chris Dunn is out there with Harden, and it's Jones in at the three. Here's Bain. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Bain.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Harden can't hit.
It seems like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
Clippers leading by 5. Brent, when you talk about the Clippers franchise, and you appreciate this so much, their first superstar was really Bob McAdoo.
And what a tremendous talent. You know, most people remember Bob McAdoo with his years with the Lakers. But, man, when he was with the Buffalo Braves, 3 straight scoring titles, was the league MVP in 1975. Sorry, Dad. Some people still consider him the club's best player ever.
The 3 kept alive. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Zubac, such a towering presence, a guy who's capable of scoring through contact.
The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the game.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
From deep, Harden. And G.G. Jackson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Harden. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Harden's got the lead up to 10 now for Los Angeles. Morant surveying the D. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound by the Clippers. Dunn's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And here's Leonard from 3. And Bain pulls it down.
Yeah, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim.
And great from deep, Jackson. No issues hitting the mid-range either. Another big who has range in the new NBA. He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
The NBA's scoring explosion, Brent, hasn't slowed down. We're getting record-setting offenses, it seems like, every single season.
Yeah, Kevin, lots of factors going into that. Obviously, more three-pointers being taken and figuring out the math of the game, but let's give credit to the players and the work that they're doing in the off-season in terms of getting better with their skill to be able to shoot that basketball and seek out the most efficient shot on the court.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. You gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Yeah, you got your shooters and you have your scorers, but James Harden is both.
From the wing, and it's Memphis with another. We've got 1:48 left now here in the second. Harden outside. Another one falls for the Clippers.
one of these monster nights from James Harden.
When you think about James Harden, he's had such an effect on the game. Brent, they changed the rules because of him.
Well, it's interesting, Kevin, because you can think about it a couple of ways. There was a system change for James Harden to try the system, and then, as James has said himself, he became the system. So leaning into all of the analytics of basketball, you have to have somebody who can represent all of the things that that system would require, and it came in the form of the beard for many years. And that kind of offensive output is something that is going to be, we'll be hard-pressed to see that again, Kevin.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks very much. James Harden is still a factor at age 35. He says, I'm more than a scorer, so for me, it's just impacting the game at the highest level. Kevin, he's led the league in scoring 3 times, but has also led the league in assists. So it's pretty much true. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Oh, don't forget, he rebounds as well as any guard right now in the NBA.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Stolen by Jackson. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Morant passes to Bane. Morant kicks to Bane. Morant sets a screen for Bane. Again, the miss by Bane. Jones against Jackson. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
James Harden getting it done for Los Angeles. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And get ready for the fans at courtside. They're thinking about the shot.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
They've got Pippen. Santi Aldama is out there with Vince Williams. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Huff in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Eubanks the pass to Coffey. The tray drills the three-pointer. Coffey's got his first 3 points of the game.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Here's Simmons, and he drops it in from the low post. And the Clippers lead by 5.
And that's where Simmons wants to operate as a scorer. Foul line down.
Huff passes to Kennard. Over Bogdanovich, and another basket for Memphis. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Bogdanovich against Kennard. Count the basket.
Well, Bogdanovich is a shooter, and he's got good feel from the mid-range.
Now, here's Kennard. D right on him. From outside the arc, it's hauled in by Los Angeles. They've led by as much as 10. And here's Simmons for 3. Aldama with the rebound. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Pippen kicks to Williams. Shoots a 3. The shot will not fall. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Stolen by Pippen. And now here's Pippen with the fast break chance. There's Williams with the 3. And Simmons with the rebound. Clippers leading by 5. Here's Coffey. The wide open shot is on the money.
The assist.
Coffey's got 5.
Well, Bogdanovich would prefer to shoot it, but teammates so wide open, had to give it up.
Pippen with a wide open look. Off target from outside. Clippers have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. A shot by Batum, no good. Memphis has gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. The Grizzlies with another miss. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Simmons passes to Coffey over Williams. Misses the wing Jerry.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
They wouldn't want all of their guys shooting a 3 on the break, but when it's him, he's got the green light.
And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 4-point game. And Simmons slams it in.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. There's the pick. Here's Aldama. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up, and you can't knock it down.
Oh, he touched it while it was in the cylinder. That's offensive basket interference. Wells, he's checked in for Santi Aldama.
Number 0, Jalen Wells.
Grizzlies shooting down near the 40% mark since after. They've been slow getting going. Kennard's shot is off.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
And Coffey gets it to go.
In that pass-first nature of Simmons, outstanding at understanding when his teammates are open.
Wells wide open. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen. Wells has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Simmons. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. Batum for 3. Wells with the steal. Pippen with it. Outguarded by Simmons. Williams passes to Huff. Back to Williams. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Bogdanovich shoots for 2. Can't nail the jumper. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Here's Eubanks. And that one comes up a bit short. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Here's Huff. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Batum for 3. Good on the 3-point shot. Batum's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
And Kennard. God, what a play!
That is fun to watch. Lets it go at the very...
Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Los Angeles on top, leading by 5. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we note, is peripheral vision.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Down in the block, it'll be Kawhi next to Zubac. Harden out there with Chris Dunn. And it's Jones in at the small forward position. Jackson, that's a 2-pointer. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Leonard's got his 5th rebound in this one. And here's Harden for 3. The offensive rebound. Zubac kicks to Dunn. Carries it from 3-point range.
And nice dime from Zubac. His floor awareness is solid.
Pass to Edey. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. And the basket by Jackson. Here's Dunn. Left side, Jones. with the drive. Rebounded by Jackson.
And priority number one has got to be the finish, guys, not the fancy stuff.
Bain, no good.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Harden can't hit. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Jackson with the bounce pass. And it's Morant. That time on the assist by Jackson. That's now 8 points for John Morant.
And the level of concentration, Morant looked under control despite being under heavy duress.
Jones, the pass to Zubac. It's tipped. And here's Morant. And then Morant slams it in.
And the agility, the hops, Morant just explodes off the floor.
Harden outside. Again, the miss by Harden. For Memphis, they've gone 4 of 7 for the field since the beginning of the fourth. Payton for 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Jones has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Dunn. Off target from three-point range. Memphis has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter.
And this is a critical possession, not one they can afford to come up empty on.
Over in the corner, Zubac. Jackson with it. Leonard picks him up. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break.
A true leader. You can tell Morant takes pride in stepping up when it matters most.
Morant against Harden. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. Harden's got 5 points in the quarter.
And you expect Harden to come through in big moments. Such a talented offensive player.
Outside, Payne to tie it up. Good. And a nice assist from Morant. Payne's got the game tied up here for the Grizzlies. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Zubac kicks to Dunn. Tries again. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, man, love calling Zubac's number there. At 7 feet, get shots off in big moments.
Jackson finds Morant. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. It's Jones on the wing. Guarded by Jackson. Pass to Zubac. Harden outside. Another shot. Money!
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Now, here's Payne. Launches a 3. It's 4! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
To take the lead, it's money from deep.
Wow, look at the damage this young man is doing from deep. And there's another one.
Game is on the line. He wants the ball. No one on D stepped up to stop him.
Leonard dishes to Dunn. Pass to Jones. Just 5 on the clock. Off target from downtown. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So they foul intentionally.
Second team foul. At the line for Memphis.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 4-point ball game.
Ooh, I think that's a wrap. And I can tell you, you can't have more pressure-packed free throws than the ones that are going to seal the game.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Well, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates...
Thank you, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
And now the Los Angeles starters. Powell and Kawhi in at the forward spots. James Harden out there with Chris Dunn. And it's Zubats in at the 5, roaming the paint.
A terrific transition hustle from Randall. Getting out there and completing the fast break.
Three-pointer, Harden. On target from range.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Chris Finch. To no one's surprise, their focus defensively is on containing Kawhi Leonard. Coach said Kawhi is a terrific decision maker and always manages to play the game at his pace, so we need to get into him, apply some pressure, and try to make him uncomfortable. History shows that will not be an easy task, B.A.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Conley, he's open. Rebounded by Kawhi Leonard. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Stan, just how much of a catalyst has Mike Conley been since the Timberwolves got him?
Well, just listen to his teammates, Brian. They talk about leadership, the adult in the room, and he remains a very capable two-way player.
Los Angeles has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. A deep 3. Minnesota with a rebound. Here's McDaniels. Transit from the wing.
And Edwards makes so many winning plays, including finding his open teammates.
Outside Harden. Stolen by Conley. And he lobs it up to the rim. And stolen by Leonard. In transition, here they come. Tipped. Puts up a 3. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
And he's a selective three-point shooter. Kawhi only takes them if he feels he has a good look.
Outside McDaniels. Let's go with a 3. The Timberwolves again can't hit. The Clippers lead by 5. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Leonard finds Harden. No good on the triple.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Here's Conley. Minnesota again missing.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selection. You have to be set up for success.
The open shot, Randall. And some very quick points for him on that possession.
Striking as fast as he can. Randall catches the defense unprepared with the pull-up.
Three-pointer, Harden. Drills it from deep. Harden's got 6 points.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's Dunn. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Timberwolves trail by 3. And here's Edwards outside. Book it. And it's Randall with the assist.
Well, it doesn't matter where he is on the court. If Edwards likes a look, he's going to take it.
Harden from outside. Rebound Minnesota. Gobert's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Jones, he's checked in for Powell. The shot by Conley, no good. And so it's Jones who brings up the ball for the Clippers. And there's the drive. No good with a layup.
Well, the defense was right where they needed to be to stop the layup. Great awareness and effort.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Gobert. Another miss by Minnesota.
All alone from mid-range. You got to think he's kicking himself.
Out left to the wing. Here's Zubats. Outside for Harden. Leonard for three. Sinks it from distance. Leonard's got his second basket.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Edwards for three. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. It's some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
Another area where they've excelled has been pushing it on the break. They're really getting after it.
Conley and Ant are one of the two. McDaniels out there with Julius Randle. And it's Gobert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the T-Wolves.
Excellent use of his physical gifts. Goes up strong and captures the board. You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
Now here's Randle. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Brian, Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day he has the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that. Here's Harden following the score by Minnesota. Here's Jones. Here's Zubats. And it's slammed in by Zubats.
And B.A., he takes his rebounding so seriously.
This dude is such a grinder. His teammates appreciate the effort. Just goes all out on the glass.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
Second quarter here, just over a minute and a half played. And the basket by Edwards.
Well, I'd say any play with Edwards on the finishing end has a good chance of succeeding.
Harden, the pass to Jones. Outside for Harden. Up and over Conley. Harden with a bucket. Harden's got 8 points. The Timberwolves trail. Outside Edwards. Here's Edwards cutting inside. Oh, stolen by Harden. That's tipped. Stolen by Conley. Fast break, Minnesota. McDaniels from long range. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And also, I haven't seen a lot of resistance from the defense when it comes to limiting their points in transition.
Shot is good by Edwards. All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA, you think?
Star treatment? What is that, B.A.? No, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
Outside McDaniels. Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. Los Angeles has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And now a 4-point Clipper lead.
Woo, hard work creating the second chance opportunity.
It's Edwards on the wing. Anthony Edwards reins one in.
Great dime by Gobert. Scans the floor well to find his teammates.
Leonard on the wing. Puts it up. Randle pulls down the board. And here's Randle. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Left side McDaniels. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest that shot.
Jones, the pass to Zubats. Goes up at the elbow. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Zubac has got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, he has a really nice feel from that spot. And the side.
Ooh! Alley-oop finish with authority by Gobert.
I mean, how do you stop Gobert on the slam? He's too big, rising up too fast. There's really nothing you can do.
For 3, Randall. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubac has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. To the right side. Fires the 3. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 7 rebounds in the game. Pass to Randall. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. Anthony Edwards has been on display for the Timberwolves. Hit a couple from downtown this quarter. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this.
And get ready for the big half-court shot from Roy Green. They're taking about the shots.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. And you know, Anthony Edwards has been really making it happen, guys.
Through the first 2 quarters and change, his perimeter shooting continues to be spot on.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first 2 quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
On the floor for the Clippers, we've got Drew Eubanks. Bogdan Bogdanovic is out there with Ben Simmons. Then there's Nicholas Batum, and it's Coffey in at the 3. Now here's Reed. Pass to DiVincenzo. Back to Alexander Walker. Clock at 4. The 3-ball. Batum pulls it in.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
And Nickeil Alexander-Walker has built a role around defense and activity, Coach.
Yeah, Brian, he's started to understand that not everyone can be that superstar scorer, and he's carved out a role around hustle, but still capable of knocking down shots within the flow of the offense.
Now here's Alexander Walker. Off target from 3-point range. Simmons against Ingles. And that one's good. Simmons has gotten his first points in this one.
The paint is where Simmons excels at finding points. He knows how to own the inside.
Here's DiVincenzo. Another miss by Minnesota.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
With the fadeaway. Minnesota with a rebound.
Well, the defense was giving him that one, but he made the shot more difficult than it needed to be. You gotta play smart.
Now here's Alexander Walker. Pass to Ingles. Puts up a deep 3. Back to Alexander Walker. The kick out to Ingles. Fires the 3. The rebound by Eubanks.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him.
This speaks to the level of confidence Bogdanovic possesses, looking to shoot immediately off the catch.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Here's Alexander Walker. The Timberwolves again can't hit. The Clippers in the lead. Outside Simmons. Batum, pass to Eubanks. From deep, here's Simmons. Reed with the rebound.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
3 minutes gone now in the 3rd quarter. The 3-pointer off the mark. Los Angeles has gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the 3rd. Bogdanovic, no good. Timberwolves shooting only 38% from the floor. Not great. Reed can't hit. The Clippers have got just 2 of 6 in the second half. Pass to Bogdanovic. Lets it fly. Yes. And that's Simmons with the assist. Bogdanovich has got 5 now.
The pass-first nature of Simmons. Fantastic job scanning the floor and finding the open teammate.
Here's DiVincenzo. Nice shot from the wing. 1:25 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Here's Simmons. And down it goes. 2 points. Simmons has got 4 points this quarter.
You know Simmons can get physical when he has to, going right through the contact.
DiVincenzo finds Miller. And he drops that one in. 1 minute left in the third. Batum outside. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. On the wing, Alexander Walker. Pass to Miller. Baseline jumper. The rebound by Eubanks. If they play this right, they can go 2 for 1.
Yeah, they really have to work the clock right now.
And here is Ingles. 4-3. Knocks it down from distance. Ingles got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. 2-second difference between shot and game clock. Bogdanovich from long range. The shot that time not on target. Miller right side. On the wing, Ingles. Out of bounds. Los Angeles will have it. Just 4 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. It's Minnesota. They lead by 2. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. Ed is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at the 1 spot. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Oh, and the fast break for the Clippers. Lets it go from deep. Minnesota with a rebound. Edwards, a pass to McDaniels. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Leonard's got his 6th rebound on the night. Pass to Zubac. Zubac, screen. Leonard for 3. Powell outside. 3-pointer. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. And now we've got an intentional foul. And the Clippers making a change here. Jones is checked in.
First team foul. Clipper substitution, number 55, Derrick Jones.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Conley passes to McDaniels. Plenty of space. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up. And the Timberwolves lead by 4.
Well, Conley is a consummate team player. He loves to get other guys good shots.
Some room here for Jones. Cans it with nobody near him.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
Edwards can't hit.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
To the paint. Throw it down, Kawhi.
They're taking the opportunity to get airborne. Kawhi doesn't hold back when he sees an opening.
Conley passes to Edwards. The fader misses off the right iron.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better look. That's one he's got to knock down.
Leonard for 3. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Edwards for 3. Edwards can't get that one to fall. And it's Leonard with the ball for the Clippers. Here's Jones. And that misses. That would have put him up. For Minnesota, they've gotten only 1 of 5 to fall here in the fourth. McDaniels passes to Gobert. For 3, Conley drops in the 3.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
Harden surveying the D. Knocks down the long J.
Oh, can you say important bucket by Harden? James always wants the ball in these moments. Love it.
It's stolen by Dunn. Oh, and the fast break for the Clippers. And then Harden with the jam. Tight ball game coming down the stretch.
Yeah, with 7 lead changes thus far, this has been a thriller.
Pass to McDaniels. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Harden who pulls down the rebound. Los Angeles has gone 1 for 5 shooting from the arc here in the fourth. From behind the arc. They get the rebound. Dunn outside. Here's Zubac. Oh, just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances. Came up empty. Edwards with it. Dunn in his pocket. And Edwards the bucket on the assist by Randall.
Well, we talk about ice in his veins a lot, but this guy personifies that. What a clutch shot.
Harden misses. The Timberwolves have gotten 3 of 8 shot attempts to find the net here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Gobert. Outside McDaniels. Pulls up. Offensive rebound. Randall outside. Over Leonard. Randall can't hit. Important possession here.
Yeah, we'll see how they execute under pressure.
Jones. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. They'll probably slow things down now.
Burn the clock while you have the lead. I like that.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Drives to the hoop. Randall pulls down the board. Outside Edwards. Ooh, Edwards with style and authority.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Here's Harden, and he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Rudy Gobert picks one up. He hits the first one, and that brings it within 2 here. Harden hits them both.
Well, make no mistake, this is exactly who they want at the line in this situation.
Edwards for 3. No good there. So it's a narrow victory for the Timberwolves, pulling it out for the W. What a performance they had here at home today.
backcourt.
Yeah, both these teams are loaded with a lot of skill down low. Kind of old school. Should be a physical contest.
Now look at Memphis's starting group. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Santi Aldama is out there with Jackson. And it's Edey in at the 5, roaming the paint. R.J. Morant has always had unquestionable talent. Now it's a question of, can he focus on his game?
And you hope he had his wake-up call. Still one of the most exciting players in the game. His burst and bounce, one of a kind.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
On the wing, Jackson. He's defended by Randall. Jackson kicks to Morant. Jackson, a screen on DiVincenzo. Morant's with the bucket.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Edwards, no good. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Memphis. Here's Edey. And that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks. I caught up with Chris Finch. Of course, John Morant's named first and foremost, so I asked him about the strategy. He said try to plug every defensive hole we see. I know if we give Morant any space, he'll try and slice right through us, so we can't have any cracks in the armor. A tall order for the defense against the unstoppable Morant. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. From deep three-point land, Jackson misses. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Stolen by Jackson, stolen by McDaniels. Three-pointer, sinks the triple.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Jackson has the open look. Good, and the nice assist from Morant.
Hard work pays off for Jackson with the bucket. He makes the effort to be a reliable scoring option for his team.
DiVincenzo passes to Edwards. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by Jackson.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Morant scanning the floor. Here's Aldama. And it's off from three-point range. After earning the number 2 seed in the 2023 playoffs, Richard, last season was a lost year because of all those injuries and other things in Memphis.
John Morant only played 9 games last year. Desmond Bane missed half the year. Marcus Smart out. The Grizzlies still have a lot of young talent and a very bright future.
Really left alone that time.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Randall. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock.
And we've seen Randall add a three-point shot. However, this is the area of the court he's most comfortable, that mid-range.
A kick out to Bane. 6 to shoot. This one for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Bane's got a couple of threes now in the first for Memphis.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that, boy, that is special.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Nails the corner 3.
And that corner pocket triple, terrific shot by Edwards from deep.
Pass to Aldama. Puts up a deep 3. Gobert pulls it in. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Minnesota?
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And another thing they've done well is push the tempo. They're running the floor and converting on the fast break.
Now here's Randall. Fires for 3. They get it again. Out to Edwards. The Timberwolves have shot just one free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
You gotta love how aggressive Morant is. He is fearless going towards that rim.
The open shot, Edwards. Another miss by Minnesota.
Got a good look there, but just not able to hit from the mid-range.
Up top, Morant. Defended by DiVincenzo. Morant sets a screen for Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by DiVincenzo. And so here's Memphis. They trail by 3. Bane, no good.
And he's very confident from that range, but you can't make them all.
McDaniels gets a wide open look. Dante DiVincenzo. He's been the guy making things happen for... And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, what's your take so far on the Timberwolves?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
In this league, it is so hard scoring in the half court, so you have to run every time you get the opportunity.
On the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Jaren Jackson is out there with Santi Aldama. And it's up in its center. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Konchar's checked in for John Morant. Konchar can't get it to go.
I don't know if he got in his own head there or what, because the defense can't really take credit for that miss.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Grizzlies retired Marc Gasol's number 33 last season. You may recall he moved to Memphis in his teens, watching his older brother Powell play for the Grizz. Mark said, I had a very unique perspective, that of a fan. When I came back as a Grizzlies player, I carried that with me. Kevin, that pride certainly showed.
Pride's a great word to use. No question, D.A. Thank you.
Aggressive drive by Edwards, going into attack mode on that one.
Timberwolves leading by 8. DiVincenzo finds Gobert. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Out to Edwards. Second chance shot, and he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
It's simple, guys. Keep getting Edwards the ball and just let it cook.
Jackson misses.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Randall passes to Gobert. His first shot coming late. It's rebounded by Memphis. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Left side, Bane fires away from way outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Bane's got 9.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Here's Edwards. Edwards loves it in there.
And don't let Edwards' position fool you. Anthony is built like a linebacker. That upper body strength helps him down low.
Here's Jackson. And he banks in the layup. And it's 6 points for Jaren Jackson.
No settling for an outside shot there. They went right to the hoop.
And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bane seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the drive and kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
Here's Conchar. And that one, good. Now just a 5-point Timberwolves lead.
The team-first mindset of Jackson, willing to get the ball to his open guys.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Conchar, the pass to Aldama. From the arc. And he's good on the 3-ball. Aldama's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
McDaniels. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Bane against Edwards. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
Man, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Randall kicks to DiVincenzo. Back to Randall. DiVincenzo against Jackson. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Maybe not the highest percentage of looks right there, but look, you can't argue with results, I guess.
Here's Bane. Left side Jackson. Here's Huff. Not enough on that one as it misses. Timberwolves leading by 4. 34 seconds left in the first half of the game. That does not fall. Still looking for his first basket after 3 shots. DiVincenzo can't hit it. The Grizzlies have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Here's Conchar. And another miss by Memphis.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
And you couldn't get a better shot off? Like, come on, you got to make the extra pass. Like, being a teammate will go so far in this league.
Got it up. That shot, no good. And a close game so far for the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. The Timberwolves on top, up 4. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Nice game. Great performance by Dante DiVincenzo.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
Miller is out there with Joe Ingles. Then it's Naz Reid. Then it's Conley. And it's Alexander Walker in at the 2-guard spot. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. From deep Ingles. That's good. It's Miller with the assist. Ingles has got the first basket of the third quarter for the Timberwolves. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Pippen feeling it out a bit. Pass to Wells. They set the pick. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Grizzlies. From downtown, Ingles with the rebound. Minnesota leading by 4. Alexander Walker with the ball. Picked up by Bagley. The wide open look here for Ingles. Off target with his 3. Jackson passes to Kennard. 90 seconds now into the second half. Five to shoot. Pippen outside. Connects from three-point range. Pippen's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Outside Conley. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. And the Timberwolves lead by 4. Pippen with the wide-open look. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Minnesota's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, Mike Conley's leadership is huge for the Wolves. Rudy Gobert says his presence on the court, but especially in the locker room, is invaluable. Coach Chris Finch said he's given us everything and more. Conley says to have this kind of trust from everyone is why I'm here. This is what I'm supposed to do. Kevin?
He is a class act, David Banks, and it's good, 2 points. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Bagley the pass to Jackson. Here he goes, and the layup's good off the glass. Jackson's got his first points of the game.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
Conley gets the bucket.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Outside Jackson. Bagley in the post. Guarded by Reed. Kennard for 3. Hands it from downtown. Kennard's got 6 points.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Reed with a screen on Pippen. Ingles passes to Alexander Walker. A 3-ball. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles. Alexander Walker's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Kennard for 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. They've led by as much as 10. Over in the corner, Conley. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul. On the wing, Ingles. No one covered. And now it's an 8-point Timberwolves lead.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen. See, he had time to line it up, and you know what? He's capable.
Conley against Pippen. Fires from deep. Conley's shot is off.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Wells dishes to Bagley. We've got 33 seconds left in the third. No good on the triple. Minnesota leading by 5. Alexander Walker on the wing. And a miss there on the triple. The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
All the officials are all over that.
Memphis shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
Here is Edwards. 14 points for him. Mr. Gobert. Fader on the way. Knocks down the 3-ball. McDaniel's got 6. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read that he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
He'll be proud of that one. Bigs love when their passing skills are noticed.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. Pippen is out there with Kennard. And there's Jackson. Then it's Bagley, and it's Wells in at the power forward position. Kennard on the wing. Edwards defending. Bagley inside the line. They grab their own miss. That one doesn't go. And so Edwards will bring it up for Minnesota. 6-point lead.
And how about the athleticism from Edwards rocketing off the drive there for the slam.
Bagley sends a screen for Jackson. And again, Memphis no good. Jackson's gone 1 of 3 on the night. It's stolen. Kennard with the ball. Picked up by Edwards. Pippen kicks to Wells. Kennard for 3. And another miss by Memphis.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's Morant. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
Can't lay off of Morant. When he's roaming around that mid-range area, you know he's ready to lock in.
DiVincenzo finds McDaniel. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Timberwolves lead by 9.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Fires from the wing. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. DiVincenzo passes to Gobert. Here's Randall. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. Here's Morant. Baseline try. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Minnesota leading by 9. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Morant. That's his first foul. Vince Williams is checked in for the Grizzlies. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Effort like this makes you wonder if they've already packed it in for the game, ready to go into the next. Got to at least show a little heart out here.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Man, their offense is clicking. Players, coaches, everybody, they are in sync.
Williams inside, working on McDaniels. Nobody near Williams. To end the run, hit some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. And there's a minute 45 left to play in the final quarter. Here's DiVincenzo. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Here's Heaney. Good, and a nice assist from Morant.
Sharing the rock. Part of what makes John Morant such a fantastic player is his ability to pass.
Here's DiVincenzo. Here's Edwards. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. In a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Timberwolves.
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes, spacing the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
And also, got to be impressed with their interior play, getting in the paint and figuring out ways to score.
And that one's good, Morant.
A point guard with length. Morant can do a little bit more than just handle himself inside.
Now DiVincenzo. To Randall. Now Gobert. Clock at 6.
Memphis foul. Second personal foul. Fourth team foul.
And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw, good.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
And finished off by Morant.
And that's big-time stuff there. Morant looking unafraid to go get those lobs and finish them.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Timberwolves.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Yeah, they got to be disappointed with this result.
And here are the Timberwolves. Randall outside. That's to Gobert. Randall dishes to Gobert. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jaren Jackson. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for two. And he knocks down the first one. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
Yeah, you'd like to convert them all, but that should still be enough to secure the win.
So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. Much appreciated, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks.